General Motors hasn't released the pre-orders that they have for the Silverado electric pickup truck, but based on the fact they had more than 150,000, well, back in July, there's a good chance they've hit 200,000 pre-orders now. But someone is saying that these pre-orders are a little bit like the fake pre-orders for Lordstown Motors electric pickup trucks. In fact, they're claiming that only 20% of these pre-orders are actually legitimate. Is this true? Well, here's my take. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks everyone else for coming back. Silverado electric pickup truck. As you all know, I'm a Tesla fan. I'm a BYD fan. And I'm a fan of the Silverado electric pickup truck. I think GM have made a really impressive vehicle. Now, for me, it would be perfect if it had lithium iron phosphate batteries. Just say the M3P batteries from CATL with their structural battery pack. That, to me, combine that with GM's architecture, their extended tray bed, the ability to have the mid-gate. Yeah, it would be almost the perfect pickup truck, but it's not quite. However, I do think it's really, really good value. I mean, seriously, $40,000 US. If General Motors bring this to market for $40,000 US, just buy one. It's a damn good deal. By the way, if you're an investor in the company and General Motors do sell them for $40,000 US, yeah, I can tell you right now, there's zero, as in zilch, zero, nada, no chance they're making any money at all on those $40,000 vehicles. But if they sell, a lot of the variations for more than $80,000 US, they could be making a profit on those. Now, keep in context, Rivian, they had to raise their prices to, $80,000 in order to actually not make a huge loss on every vehicle. Now, they do make a loss still, but it's not like a back-breaking loss to the point where it's going to make them bankrupt within a very short period of time, right? It's a bit better than that. Now, there was a study released and published on GM Authority, which is basically a GM fan site, saying that GM Silverado EV reservation holders, well, not many of them actually intend to follow through with the purchase. Now, to give you an idea on which models are actually available, GM says the work truck version, which is like the base model specification, $40,000 US, still an absolute bargain. And it says on their website that even that version, you can option it to tow 20,000 pounds. I mean, that would be the dream for us Aussies here. Aussies love caravans. They love going on trips. They love motorhomes, essentially, that they take behind their vehicles, right? This would be perfect. 20,000 pounds. Future variations on GM's website, it says future variations will offer a range of MSRPs from around $50,000 to $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, and more, depending on selected battery range and available features such as multi-flex midgate with pass-through, panoramic fixed glass roof, four-wheel steer, and wide open Watts mode, providing a variety of capability and pricing. Now, GM says after you make your reservation, you will be contacted by your selected dealer to complete and submit an order, which is expected to occur several months before vehicle production date. Now, obviously, if you order now, you'll probably get it in about, realistically, maybe 2026. That's best case scenario. I mean, remember, they're putting these vehicles into production in 2024. They've already got at least 160,000 pre-orders, right? There's no way known you're going to get your vehicle until 2026 at best. So resale value on these things will be pretty high, I reckon. Now, you can reserve your Silverado electric pickup truck for, well, $100 US. So, I mean, it's peanuts, really. Let's put this into context, right? You can do the same thing for a Tesla Cybertruck. Tesla have more than 1.5 million pre-orders. And you know what? All the pundits, they're all saying, Tesla's pre-orders, they're not legit. 1.5 million plus, I mean, that was months ago, so it could be 1.7 million by now. I don't know. It's a huge number. They're saying they're not legit. People are not going to follow through those orders. You can't bank those. It's not true that they're going to, because Cybertruck pre-orders only cost $100 US. Now, strangely, they're not saying the same thing about pre-orders for the Silverado electric pickup truck, even though their pre-orders are exactly the same amount, $100 US. So this is yet another example, really, of how we apply these kinds of labels and these kinds of ways of framing stories around Tesla in a different way that we do to General Motors, or at least the media anyway. they are the ones most guilty of this framing. And I understand that. They get paid from GM. GM pay a lot of money for advertising. Tesla pay, well, absolutely nothing. So the study says that only 20% of current reservation holders for the 2024 Silverado EV actually intend to purchase the vehicle when it goes on sale. Now, Recurrent Research studied or surveyed a bunch of EV shoppers. They asked them which EVs they've pre-ordered and which ones they intend to actually buy. The study found the 2024 Silverado EV had the highest percentage of so-called phantom orders, in which the reservation holder doesn't intend to actually purchase the vehicle. This is strange. I mean, maybe this is because maybe a lot of them are waiting to see which EV they can get their hands on first, whether it's at Ford F-150, a Ram EV, or the Silverado EV. Maybe, they're thinking they could even get a Cybertruck as well. So maybe they place a pre-order for all of them and wait to see what comes first. That's what I'm thinking. But it does seem strange that Silverado EV ranked last and had the most phantom orders. Makes you wonder, are these orders real? I mean, phantom orders, what does that even mean? This statistic may seem like bad news for General Motors, says GM Authority, but there are a number of reasons why Silverado EV reservation holders may be apprehensive to commit to the purchase. For starters, many reservation holders will not receive their vehicles until 2024 at the earliest, and some consumers may feel that's too far away to commit, according to Recurrent. Others may be worried the price will be much higher than GM's originally quoted MSRP. I mean, Ford's done the same thing. They quoted $40,000. They've now increased it to $52,000. So that was a pretty big jump in the base model price. And in fact, they've increased prices across the range by $8,000 to $10,000. Maybe customers think GM will do the same. I think it's likely. Pretty good chance. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now, this happened with the Rivian R1T reservation holders earlier this year. GM has been raising prices on many of its 2023 model year vehicles in response to challenging market conditions. Everyone's going on about inflation, right? Maybe people would logically think inflation will affect the price we pay of these vehicles. But then this doesn't make sense. It doesn't really add up, because the reality is, wouldn't people think that about all the vehicles they've put on reservation, all the future model vehicles, all the future electric pickup trucks they've tried to pre-order in order to wait to see which one? Wouldn't they have the same mindset for all of them? It does seem fishy and strange that GM was last by a long way. Now, Recurrent says many automakers have an incentive to make the pre-order process as simple as possible and to ensure the pre-order fee is fully refundable, as this can make it seem as though demand for the vehicle is very high. And it's true. I went onto GM's website. The deposit is fully refundable. I mean, to be honest, I don't think anyone would really care because it's only $100, but you can get a refund on that deposit if you want. Now, Recurrent is basically accusing General Motors here of trying to pump the numbers. That's what they're saying GM is doing. In fact, their quote directly says, here we go. Manufacturers may be incentivized to make reservations easy for shoppers in order to pump up their numbers, even if these reservations are not going to turn into sales. Reservation holders for electric trucks are somewhat unique in that they are more likely to place a reservation for multiple models and see what sticks. This is my theory. Recurrent found that roughly 89% of Tesla Cybertruck pre-order holders have another EV truck pre-order. I don't know how that's possible. In fact, I think Recurrent here is lying, because Cybertruck is 1.5 million and there isn't another 1.3 million pre-orders for electric pickup trucks. So they've just totally made that start up. And that puts into question the entire study. How much of this did they make up? How much of it is true? I don't know. Obviously, if they've got some fake facts in here, we don't know how many of these facts are real and how many are not, unfortunately. So, sorry to say it, this video is kind of, a fact-finding mission in a way. And we've proven that maybe these numbers are made up about GM, because clearly they've been made up about Tesla. So, what do I think about the Silverado EV? Well, I think it's awesome. I think it's better than the F-150. That's pretty obvious. It's a ground-up electric pickup truck, right? It's got significantly more range, faster charging speed. It's got a longer truck bed. Prices are, similar, if not better. Honestly, it's the one I'd pick out of those two. As you guys know, I do have a pre-order for the Cybertruck. If you want to know why I pre-ordered the Cybertruck, I'll put a link in the description below to my video about the Cybertruck. 87 reasons why I think it's the best pickup truck that will ever be made, or at least in this decade. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Bye-bye.